Hi Al,
Hi,
how you been?
good.
Good. We're going to do something called the respiratory system tonight. Can you say that?
Respiratory system.
Very good, respiratory system. It's all about breathing. So take a deep breath in and a breath out. And that is part of the respiratory system. That is actually what's called ventilation. It's taking stuff in, taking it out. We know that as breathing. All right. So I'm going to show you once again, just as we did with the digestive system, one or two labels. All right. You ready for this?
Hmm.
Okay, let me just close down all of my other things that we had open. And here we go. So, um, see if you can guess what this is. What's that?
Nose.
Very good. Now, this goes into your body. And can you guess what this is here? Any idea?
There, which you
Yeah.
just circled.
Yeah.
Um,
They're called lungs, and they're inside your chest. All right. Now, that tube that comes all the way down actually splits up. And at the end, you've got little bits, a little bit like cauliflower.
cauliflower is food.
Yeah, it's not real cauliflower. Um, I'm only going to draw one lung, and then we've got our shoulders, and we like that. And then you've got a sheet of what's called muscle. It's called
Huh?
the diaphragm there. We'll talk about this.
Diaphragm
Yeah.
or
And these are your ribs. Do you know where your ribs are?
ribs. Your
Yeah.
on your on your waist.
Yeah, on your chest there, right? These are your ribs. So, if we were to look inside your chest, that would be horrible, wouldn't it? You open yourself up and you can see what's inside. What you've got inside is a tube that goes from your mouth all the way down and then splits. And then that tube itself splits. And then at the end, you've got little cauliflowery bits. And all of that is inside something called a lung. Um, these little circles are the ribs that go round. Can you feel your ribs now?
Yeah,
Yeah, can you feel how many you got? How many you count?
20.
20. Okay, that's a lot of ribs, isn't it? Now, we're not talking about ribs that you get from the shop, that you eat, although they are the ribs of cows and things like that. We're talking about
Ew.
the ribs that are on people, and we're going to be doing the structure of the breathing system, I suppose, for people. We need you to learn one or two labels, which are quite important. And the first label is this, and the next
Which
label,
is the mouth.
well, I'll explain in a second. Let me just do a few arrows and we'll do them all together. Um, right, so the first arrow goes to the trachea. Can you say trachea?
Trachea.
Trachea, very good. This is called the bronchus. Can you say bronchus?
Bronchus.
And that splits up into little bronchioles.
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 Bronchiole.
Very good. And this then has these cauliflowery bits on the end, the alveoli. Can you say that?
Alveoli.
Brilliant. Here's your ribs, and this is something called the diaphragm.
Diaphragm.
All right. Now let's just go through those labels again very quickly. Um, what's the top one?
Trachea.
What's the next one?
Bronchus.
Then,
Bronchioles.
then,
Alveoli.
then,
Ribs.
and finally,
Diaphragm.
fantastic. Now, good luck. What's the top one?
Achrea.
Trachea. Very good.
Trachea.
Yeah,
Bronchus.
excellent.
Bronchioles.
Yeah.
Uh,
Al.
algae,
alveoli,
alveoli, ribs,
and da, da, da.
diaphragm.
Excellent. Now, that last label, the diaphragm, is really important because the diaphragm sort of is what pulls the air into your lungs. And the way that it works is like this. If it goes down like that, that means there's more room. And so these lungs can get bigger, right? And that brings in lots of air from the outside. If, on the other hand, the diaphragm goes up, these lungs get a little bit squashed and you breathe out. Does that make sense? Yeah, exactly like that. So you need to remember that. So if your diaphragm goes down, you've got lots of room in your lungs, and so you breathe
Eh,
in.
eh.
You breathe air in. I've got to breathe out. What happens if I breathe out? Tell me quick. Where does my diaphragm go? Your diaphragm goes up. All right. So you tell me, if I do this one, am I breathing in or out?
Um, in,
And now?
huh,
And now?
out.
And now? Okay, you get the idea. Now, here I'm going to introduce you to a really difficult word that you're going to come across with muscles, and that word is contract. All right.
Contract.
Now, do you know what the word contract means?
No,
It
but
means
I do
get
know how to
smaller.
spell it.
Well,
C R N T R.
well, that's very good. Contract, Alvin John. But anyway, very good.
Yeah,
So
but
if
that's
it,
what I said.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so contract means to get smaller, right?
Yeah.
Things contract, they get smaller. So you tell me, this diaphragm here, do you think it's got smaller when it goes like that or when it's like that? And which one is it smaller? Like that or like that?
Bending up.
No, it's smaller when it's down, because if you think about it, when it's down, it's only that big. But when it's going up, it's all that's there's more of it. All right. If I was to stretch that out, then that stretching out, it's actually bigger. All right. It goes up like that. Zoom, then it goes down. Zoom. Not
That
doing it
looks
very well.
like an equal.
Does look like a very big equals, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what I need you to try and remember, if you don't quite get it, then have a little look at this piece of paper here. All right.
Paper.
Yeah, got a piece of paper here. So you've got this here, right? Now look
So,
how big it is when it comes down. That's quite big, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, stretched out.
Right. Now let me compare that to a bit of paper like this. So it's all bits of paper, I'm afraid. So these two are sort of the same, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look what's happened to that when it goes down. It's bigger, isn't it? Does that make sense? So up there, it's actually, when it's down, it's contracted. It's got shorter when it goes down. Does that work for you? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So you tell me, we're about to find out, is the diaphragm, when I look at it now, contracted or is it not contracted? Is it relaxed? What do you think?
Well, it is bending over, so it is doing a limbo under a rope. So,
Very good.
don't know, but
Don't know. It's
but I
re
think it is not relaxed.
it is relaxed there, and then look, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's contracted, and then it's relaxed, and it's contracted, and then it's relaxed. Get the idea? All right. It's difficult, this. Don't you worry, Al. You're doing very, 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 very well. So Um, with this here, you tell me now, there's two things to remember. When that goes up, are you breathing in or are you breathing out? What's
Think
it gonna
it's
what's it gonna do to that lung? It's gonna make it
squash
smaller, squash, so you breathe
out.
out. Absolutely. And when it goes down, are you breathing in or are you breathing out?
In.
You're breathing in. Very good. So when it goes up like that, you're breathing out. Is it contracted or is it relaxed?
Wait, bend it over.
When
Is it
yeah, it's bended now. Yeah,
relaxed?
very good. So when the muscle is relaxed, you breathe
Out.
very good. And when the muscle is contracted, you breathe in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We can go through it again. Doesn't matter, but as long as you've got a sort of understanding that this sheet of muscle works in order to help you breathe in and out. You've also got these ribs, and what the ribs will do is they will get expand, they will stretch out because of little muscles between them. Um, and they will then also come in. So you can use the ribs and you can use the diaphragm in order to lift your chest up or shrunk your chest, depending on whether you're breathing in or you're breathing out. Okay, does that sort of make sense, some of that?
Yeah.
The main thing is the labels. The trachea and the bronchus have funny little rings around them, which is called cartilage, and that keeps them
Cartilage.
open. Yeah, cartilage keeps them open.
How will I ever remember that?
I've got a good idea. Why don't we do some little revision cards?
Revision? No.
I think it's about time we started doing some revision cards, don't you?
Nope. We didn't.
I think we should. Okay, so thanks for your help on that. I'm going to introduce next the circulatory system. So hold on there.
Like you what now?
The circulatory system. Look, this is the